They can hear you. All right. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 o'clock in the p.m., October 2nd, 2025, coming at you live from the 2LaneLIVE headquarters in Canoga Park, California. This episode is brought to you by, first, Jen's Homemade. You can't even see me, can you? Jen's Homemade Cookies, some of the best I've ever had. And because she brought them, I'm having one of those with a beer today. Screw it. This episode is also brought to you by, I shouldn't have taken that bite, Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys. Get in a crash, find yourself in a pinch, make sure you call them before insurance, and they'll make sure you're taken care of. Boys, we're talking about a road trip today, a pretty cool one. What's going on?
Well,
Go ahead.
It's interesting because I look back at some of our lives just to see when we had Jen and Steve on, and it was November 11th, the day before my birthday in 2021, when we first got your father here and heard him sing, and so we're excited to have you guys back in, and we appreciate that. We've got a lot to go over with you today. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I mean, our whole channel is all about motorcycles, motorcycle riding, traveling, meeting people across this country. And they took a massive road trip, father and daughter. And we're so into that. We love it. We took our daughters on a trip, and here they are.
Yeah, and that was, for me, he had taken his daughter out to lunch on a day ride. And so she got to experience that. But we took them for 3 days, and so they got 2 nights out, and it was a special trip for us. And,
Absolutely.
And it was a special trip. Our daughters knew each other, but they got to bond a little bit. There's a little bit of age difference, but it didn't matter. So it was very cool. But before we jump into the trip, let's just have you guys introduce yourselves a little bit. And Steve, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm Steve Lee, and I'm happy to be here with my daughter. And it was not only a wonderful father-daughter trip, it was also Father's Day.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. And by the time we'd gone halfway through the trip, she was celebrating Father's Day, buying me dinner.
Nice.
Exactly where he wanted to be, too.
Right where I wanted to end up
In Montana?
Yeah.
in Montana,
At
in
Red
Red Lodge.
Yep.
And we
the
didn't
top
even
of the-
plan it. We actually postponed the trip by a week. And we didn't even plan that
So it
part.
just
And
happened.
it just happened. We were where he wanted to be in
Well,
Red Lodge.
that's a sign of fate.
Right?
And
Right.
we see
right.
a lot of that in
Yeah.
stuff that we're doing here as well.
Yeah.
And so it just worked out. So someone had a plan for you.
Yeah.
But the
right?
cool thing is, everybody at this table right here rides motorcycles. You have so many miles. You have a lot of miles. You ride a couple motorcycles. You have a chopper, and you're in the chopper scene. So it's
Dirt
like
bikes.
dirt bikes. I mean, oh man.
When I was here last, I had just bought my Lowrider S, and I looked over the tape, and he said, "Oh, you have a couple 100 miles." I'm like, "I'm working on it." I had just got it in 21, and it's funny.
I had to give you a
looking
little
back.
grief.
Yeah.
So before we get started, Steve, talk a little bit about your background and your history and your beautiful daughter, and give us just a little bit of history from, when we started this live last time with you guys 3 years ago. It was really about just you were 2 years recovering from a motorcycle accident, which stripped away some faculties for you. So talk a little bit about now 5 years into this, 6 years, I think it's been since you were in recovery. Just a little history of you.
Well, thanks. It's been a long recovery, and it was just a bad accident, and I've been riding thousands and thousands of miles prior to that, and I've always advised everyone else to ride a motorcycle like they're playing chess. Always look out for the next move in advance. Watch out for traffic, watch out for open areas, because somebody else wants to fill it also, that sort of thing. And even when they talk about motorcycle accidents, and people would say, "Well, it's the other guy's fault." Always is what they say every time.
Right.
But I tend to think that maybe 5% 10 maybe at the most is the other guy's fault. It's the rider's fault for not paying enough attention, And I've been on 2 wheels for a long time before I had one like this sneak up on me
Yeah.
and took me down. But they just bottom line is I broke my neck and was pretty much out of commission. She knows better than I do.
He had a hangman's break. So
Yeah.
he was in the hospital for 3 months,
Wow.
and I literally watched him go
But
to the other
did
side.
they
and come
diagnose it
back.
that way at first,
No,
right?
in fact,
I
they
remember.
sent him home.
Right.
So 3 months, in that 3 months that I was living in the hospital, he had a million things going on with him. But when he was ready to go home, he went home and he said, my neck still doesn't feel right. He goes to an orthopedic surgeon then the next day, and that doctor pulled in every doctor in the hospital and said, this man drove himself here. He had a hangman's break, is when his spine is detached. His head is detached from his spine. They sent him home like that. He was in surgery the next day with 8 pins and rods. What was it? His whole entire neck the next day.
Wow.
And
yeah, I remember that story
Wow.
when you first told it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Isn't it?
So that's the true Walking Dead. At any second, you could have been gone.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
He was talking
Well,
to his my uncle Leroy that had passed. He was talking to him, and I'm telling him, he's not ready. Leave. I kick rocks. And
They had open arms for me.
Yeah.
but
And so did she.
when we were
Yeah.
on your
This
show,
was stronger.
Yeah.
never thought this would happen
Right.
ever.
The trip.
The trip.
Yeah.
Just in general, he was
At
talking
time-
about places he still wanted to see, and I'm like, okay, buddy, and he proved me wrong.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about the miles you have put down prior to the accident, because you've been on 2 wheels a long time.
Yeah, since teenage years.
Yeah.
They've accumulated. And as of my last big accident back in fact, our last meeting here was just 1 day short of the 2-year anniversary of the accident itself, which was November 12th. And just prior to that, and the bike that I'd been riding, I was just aiming to reach the 300,000 mile mark on that bike.
Wow. On that bike alone.
On that bike alone, yeah.
Wow.
And put that together with other bikes that I've had in the past, and it would have accumulated just about 500,000
Nice.
miles under my
Wow.
rear end. you
So
know?
with all those miles that you have on your bike, when did you ever have time to play guitar and be a musician? Because you're a musician.
But not professionally. I didn't have enough time to want to study it or do more with it, because I was always traveling. When I worked, I'd take off free time that I could get, and got into doing iron butt runs so we could go fast one direction and then take our time coming back, because you had to be back to work, clock in, But if you took your time getting there, you'd only get half as far and see half as much. So, it was an ongoing deal. And
So didn't you also live in a teepee or for a little while?
did that for a while. Another chapter in the novel of my life.
right outside of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Wow.
They lived in a teepee off the land, and I'd go spend summers with him.
I even bought a piece of property to set it up on, so I wouldn't be bothering anybody.
So this was after you were a little
Yeah.
bit older. Okay.
Yeah, we would take a quad down and fill up our water buckets down the switchback down to the general store in town and take it back up. And
Mercantile.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
We'd pick up thimbleberries for our
Yeah,
pancakes in the
huckleberries
morning.
also were
Yeah.
very popular.
Up in Idaho for
in
sure.
The higher
Oh, yeah.
areas. We did have one year where the huckleberries came into bloom, and those are the bears' favorite
Oh,
berries.
yeah.
But then there was a sudden freeze that came in, and all the huckleberries died. Well, that was like 2,000 feet higher, right? And all the bears came 2,000 feet lower into civilized area, and there were a lot more sightings and spooks and that sort of thing. But
When I was camping
and she'd
with my
love
girlfriend in
Yeah,
the
loved
meadow.
it up there, and take her on hikes. We'd do the ropes into the river and all of that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
climbing trees and traversing through treetops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Treetops.
But she learned that from her cousins. My nephews lived up there, And what they would do, the young boys, they'd climb to the top, very top of a pine tree, and they'd get higher and higher until it started swaying like this. And they get swaying, they're going to the very top, to put their hand on the top of it, and they would sway over and they'd grab the next tree
Oh,
and then swing to the next tree.
that's
They just go across the valley like that, across the treetops. And they would just grab tree until
And
it bent
that
over
was a
and grab
kid's
the next
play
one.
up there, you
They were
know.
Spider-Men.
It was crazy, but yeah,
Those
it
were
was a
good
beautiful
times.
place to be, and I loved introducing her to nature and all of it has what it has to offer. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
good
she
times.
still appreciates and loves nature for it, I believe.
Yes.
So if I recall, when you came in the last time, you were talking about how did the trip come about, planning, and how did that like work itself to where it actually happened? What was it 2 years that it took, or
Well, when
Oh.
we were on this show last,
right?
he's had this bucket list, the
Yep.
Steve Lee's bucket list. And
You get that? Bike it list.
Bucket
Not a
list.
bucket list, but a bucket list. Places that are best achieved
Don't steal it during
on a
the Harley.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
And so when he was talking about things that he still wanted to see on the motorcycle, and in my heart I'm rolling my eyes like we are just recovering from his accident. I'm just letting him entertain the thought. I didn't think he was serious about it. And sure enough, after this show, he snuck off and bought himself a motorcycle.
I like that.
And he shows up on a motorcycle, and I didn't know how to feel about it. After, it didn't just happen to him, it happened to
No, all
the
the
whole
trauma,
family.
sure.
And, I guess my husband convinced me he's a biker and he will always be a biker. And
Good job,
I
Mike.
had to
Yeah,
accept it. And sure enough, he started riding again, and you could just see his rehabilitation just
Helped
it
him.
was coming back. It was working for him, and just across the board.
it's true. A
And-
void without one. It's empty.
Yeah,
Don't ever lose your bike,
Right.
That's what they're all
And it's
about.
amazing because again, that's 3 years ago, right?
Mhm.
And in the 5.5 years we've been doing this, it's comments like that really, we've said it almost every week. I have. There's a time when you stop honoring yourself and you honor others, and I think the stories that are told by people that have gone through some of the trauma. We've had cancer victims, we've had deaths in families, we've had trauma on motorcycles, and somehow we capture a little bit of those, and when we share those with people, it helps the person that's laying in bed trying to get out of bed, and
Yeah,
they see someone that had a hangman's neck and is now riding a motorcycle across the country again.
We actually had a
Right,
comment today based on what you said to Josh at the board. He watched the video of you saying that exact thing to someone who was sharing their story and said, hearing you share your story and share that helped me. It's like a whole inception.
That's totally awesome. But it's like a line in Seabiscuit, the movie, one of my favorite lines. He wanted to get back on the horse and ride, and they didn't want to let him.
Right.
And another rider said, you can fix a broken leg, but you can't fix it when a man has a broken spirit.
Yeah.
And you fix yourself by keeping your spirit alive.
Well,
It's true.
I had assistance too.
Yes.
As far as like the Beartooth Loop,
Yeah.
I just called it the Beartooth Loop. I knew about the Beartooth Pass and the highway and all
Yep.
that. And a friend of mine had done it a couple of times, and I'd been envious and wanted to do that loop. And this was before my accident even. It was in that year of 2019 that I started putting together ideas of a summer trip coming up
Mhm.
in 2020 to do that trip. And then, of course, I was detained. But so it'd been on my mind for that long.
Right.
And I just wanted to achieve that as he told stories of how beautiful it was and what a place to be and such,
Well, and
And
you had
it-
been somewhat close to it being outside of Coeur d'Alene.
Well, relatively
Little
speaking, but I
further,
didn't
yeah.
know it at the time.
And-
Yeah.
Like me with
it's like in
Horseshoe
your
Bend.
backyard and
Right.
you don't realize it.
Right.
Yeah. People don't realize what's in their own backyard.
300
sometimes.
miles away from you, and
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful loop.
But
Well,
then
it's
he-
like Horseshoe Bend. I went to Lake Powell my whole life. I've been to Lake Powell every summer since I was a kid.
Right.
I never went to Horseshoe Bend.
No.
I didn't know until we went this time. I didn't realize it's not even 5 miles away.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed.
But it's funny too because we've been going there for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and about 3 years ago, maybe 4, they finally paved it and put the. It used to be just a dirt pull off.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah.
buildings. There was nothing.
You know
Yeah.
what? I've been by there a couple of times before on
Yeah.
trips, and I never stopped and left my bike there because it was not guarded. It wasn't observed or anything. And we could go
No, there
walk
was
the
nothing. It was
half
just a
mile or
dirt
so
parking
down
lot.
to the view, and then come back, and the bike could be gone. You know,
Well, we went down in the dirt a
Yeah,
few times and
many
checked it
times.
out. And then also we pulled up one year and we're like,
What the
there's
hell
a
is
parking
this?
lot here. You know,
Mhm.
not only that, there's a fee.
Now there's I was just going to say that. I mean, we never paid a fee. Now you got to pay to go. But it's
Exactly.
beautiful.
But I was glad it
It's
was
so worth
available.
It was beautiful. It absolutely was beautiful.
There's another place next time you're out, if you're out by Monument Valley or the Moki Dugway.
Uh-huh.
But just before you get to the Moki, there's something called the Goosenecks. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
yes.
Yeah,
No, I don't know what
So-
that is.
We'll have to
it's just another set
It's
of
a-
windy
it's a
roads that
double,
go up above it there. Yeah.
Horseshoe Bend.
Is it?
It goes like that twice.
3 times.
Oh,
I
now
think,
we need
isn't
to
it?
go back.
It's like a bunch.
Good.
goosenecks. I need
Moki
to-
Dugway.
Mexican hat.
Well, so I was scared to do the Moki Douglas.
Yeah, Moki
Dugway.
Dugway.
Dugway. I was scared
Not
to do
Mike
that
Douglas.
one. It was on our path, and I heard it was a dirt road, and it was
Still dirt.
hairpin turns on a dirt road, and I'm
And we
packed.
had full
I
road.
overpacked, obviously. First
You'll see.
timer. And all I could think of was I'm just gonna fall over, and I wasn't into it.
It's very hard packed, and a lot of the corners are asphalt, or, broken. But it's
And you're only going 10,
That's not
15,
how I
you know.
envisioned it.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm on
No,
a
I
little
think
And I
back
couldn't
trail,
have placed any other
and
vision than what she had.
well, we did it accidentally. We just pulled off. We started going. This is a shortcut. He said 50 miles. And we're like, all right. All of a sudden, we got a little gravel, and then we're like, on a sign, pavement ends. We're like, oh shit, that. Yeah.
yeah.
We kept going, and it was a thrill because we've never. It was just all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm bummed I didn't
Yeah.
do it. It's kind of like that ghost town out past Mammoth.
Oh,
That takes forever to get there. It's all washboard dirt road.
yeah.
too.
What is it? Why am I?
Bodie.
Bodie.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
I'll tell you that you would much rather do the Moki Dugway.
Yeah,
than
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that. Seriously, it is really bad. It's washboard, and so we found you just gotta be doing 40 miles an hour
Yeah.
over it.
Just
First time I
flutter
did
over it.
Moki, it was with a buddy, and we'd come in from the north side, the top
Yeah.
of the mountain. And we'd just been riding through the chaparral and all the flat desert area, right? Until we come across a sign that says next turn 5 miles an hour. You go, you got to be kidding me. And then the next sign shortly after that said 5 miles an hour. And we come around that bend, and it was just breathtaking. you know?
It's amazing, and I think going down is better than coming up it.
Yeah. probably correct.
Just because you have that elevation, and it's 3 miles and 1,000 feet, and you're just like, it is just spectacular.
And believe it or not, there's a picture of a semi truck jackknifed on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it couldn't make
It's
the
like
turn.
Fox Canyon.
Yeah.
Like, why did you go up?
yeah.
So let's go back to the. You started thinking about the trip. You bought the motorcycle. Jen's
Well,
trying to
let me
figure out with
update
Mike
that
what's
just a
going
little bit
on.
here. I've been thinking about the trip, and actually, I didn't get the motorcycle until the 3rd year of my accident.
right.
And but I'd had a couple of friends before that had said they'd like to do the Beartooth with me, But then as the time went on in my recovery, which was a million years, it felt like, a couple of them had backed out.
Mhm.
I got other things to do, and no, I'm not riding now, and this and that, and that. Everybody started giving me excuses. So when it finally came time, after I got this replacement bike, which
What did you get?
Actually, my bike that I got hit on was an 05 Road King, and had it for almost 300,000 miles, just short. I was only 14,000 short of reaching the 300,000 mile mark, right? But then the next bike I chose was a used one. It'd been a garage trophy up in Ojai, and it was an 04 Road King. And it's a nice one, nice style, nice design. I liked it. You know, it was a custom. And so I got that and got myself comfortable riding it. But then I had no friends that were ready to go to Beartooth with me, right? And I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just go myself. I've done long distance road trips on my own, but oh boy, I would have been the scorn of a family for years, you know. But guess who stepped up to the plate, you know? And
Yeah.
and she says, well, you know what, Dad? I'd like to go with you. And I thought she was kidding, of course, you know. I mean, long distance runs, you know, she hasn't been accustomed to. And
Well, you know,
so to
have
speak.
job, have kids,
Exactly.
have lacrosse
No,
every
exactly.
weekend. I haven't been able to leave California. You know, when you have kids and a job, it's not easy to get away on those trips.
Exactly, which were all the second thoughts in my mind, that she's going to bow out anytime. Well, Dad, I can't really make it at all. But then we started putting together maps and ideas and you know,
My
supplies.
son started to drive, so he was able to drive and kind of take care of himself that summer and take care of my youngest. And then my husband was home, the other parent.
But I bet
Yeah.
they wanted you. I bet they wanted you to do this trip, right?
They, you know, it was a yes, but you know, there was some nerves about it. There was some worry there. I don't know if I was projecting, but
was I able to? You know?
I was nervous for myself. I've never been on a trip that far before. I was nervous for myself. I was nervous for you. I was really nervous. But
when did the nerves stop?
Rider.
When did the nerves stop?
probably Colorado.
No, really?
So this one might be Mike, but he said, after watching Jen pack her bike, I asked Steve what he was going to pack, and he said some tools, a quart of oil, maybe a jug of gas, and a change of underwear.
I packed it all.
Yeah.
I packed so much that I sent some back when I got to Colorado to my
even packed a
cousins.
jacket, which I didn't wear.
Oh my gosh.
To
We
throw
went
lightweight.
through all kinds of weather. I'm wearing 40 different jackets. We went through hail and snow and
11,000
sleet
feet
and
snow.
in the Vail Pass. I mean, we couldn't see in front of us. Cars weren't even on the road. It was so bad. And he is in a t-shirt, like just a long sleeve t-shirt.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, you know, I mean,
I packed literally
dry.
40
Yeah.
different jackets I'm unloading. I mean, I never did that kind of trip before. Now I know what gear I need. Next time it
And
won't
don't
be
need.
as much.
Yeah.
So talk about the formation of the route. Where did you guys were going to take off here in California, and what were kind of the destinations you were trying to get to?
Well, my original idea in my mind, even after the accident, was a loop.
Yep.
Because it didn't want to come back home the same way we left.
Well,
That's
that's the way we do it.
And so I wanted to go to Monument Valley, you know, and you guys, oddly enough, had suggested that we stay in Williams. And then we went from Williams straight up to the Grand Canyon and then cut over underneath to the
Isn't that
89 where we intercepted the Horseshoe Bend, which I had put aside before because of fear of leaving the bike alone. And we went straight there. And so that was great. Thank you guys for that suggestion. And then, you know, then we were going to head over towards Durango, the Four Corners, of course, first, and head up to the 505, right? Million Dollar Highway.
$1 million.
And that was, oddly enough, kind of lacking this year. There was so much construction going on. We were following giant trucks that went second gear most of the time, you know.
They stopped us
Yeah.
along the
And
way.
so we kind of lost the glamour of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we were always looking ahead to see if there's a break in the traffic as he pulled over yet. And so we missed a lot of it also, but we enjoyed it. You know, and once we got through Silverton and all of that and continued on up until we got to the 70. And then we were headed towards Denver where we had family to visit.
Yep.
And
you did do Monument Valley.
and we did Monument Valley on the way, right?
What did you do?
After the Horseshoe Bend, of course.
Yes.
Right. I mean,
And these two put in a good word for us on where to stay and who to meet. and we pulled into Monument Valley at sunset, and Mona and
Nice.
Dawn,
And Dawn.
met us there. We didn't even unpack. We got off our bikes and they said, hop in the truck. I
No
said,
way.
nice to meet you. Okay, yeah. We jump in the truck and they take us in the back roads of Monument Valley where it's like VIP entrance only. And they took us off-roading,
Nice.
which was that part was just fun. And they took us all around Monument Valley. They took us to places that, only private tours can go and they can go. And we got to jump off rocks and get great pictures.
You went to John Fort Point. You guys
Yep.
got up there and
Yeah.
got
Exactly.
That's so awesome.
And,
And
we got a
then-
good picture of that taken by Don.
Nice.
Don took that picture.
Don's a good guy. And so
He's
is
a-
Hi,
Mona.
Dawn. Hi,
His
Mona.
wife.
Oh, there it is. Look,
That
There it is.
there's us.
that was us jumping.
Awesome.
She initiated the jump. We get someplace spectacular.
She had you. I saw you have several jump pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, it's jump worthy.
There
I'm
we were.
excited to be
Four
there.
corners.
Four
Look
corners.
at
Route 66.
How can you not be happy about that?
Yeah.
So, did you,
You got some
play
hops,
instruments with Don?
No, we didn't have.
Yes, you
we
did.
did. I played
You
some.
played harmonica
Played some
with
harmonica in the restaurant there.
Do you have a harmonica with you?
Yeah, I usually do.
Maybe you could pull a chord off real quick.
It's,
I just want you guys to know that I am now officially on my 4th cookie.
Oh,
him. Winter's coming.
And we
Well,
got Colleen
it
in the house.
it was fun playing it for Don. He really appreciated it. It was
Yeah.
just,
They're the nicest
they're
people.
so
Wonderful.
nice.
So
both
you hear
of them.
that, Don and Mona?
Yeah, both of you
And
guys.
where were we staying? Hi, Colleen.
Excellent. Yeah. And we stayed in
Colleen.
Golding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
Golden Lot.
It was
And we got
perfect.
the end cabin. thanks
Nice.
to
Isn't that
Don.
beautiful?
Just view.
It's like we were all by ourselves. We
Yeah.
woke up in the morning and opened our front door, and all we saw
like,
was
holy
Monument
shit,
Valley
isn't it?
and our motorcycles parked.
Was it cold when you were there, or was it nice?
It was nice.
It was
You-
perfect.
oh.
And they convinced us to wake up at the crack of dawn to see the sun come up. And that was just beautiful.
Yeah.
But the night before, we didn't know this was happening. We saw the strawberry moon.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're coming back. The sun's setting, the
The sun-
moon's coming up. And
We're
like,
in
"God,
the
that's
truck
a big
and-
moon. We pull over, and this moon, this strawberry moon, came up
Yeah.
over Monument Valley, and it looked like a postcard.
Do you have that
It
picture?
didn't even
I'm
look
looking for it.
real.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. And we didn't
You
know
can
it was
put
the
the Bodhi
strawberry
sign up.
moon everybody had been talking
Right.
about
Yeah, I see
until
it.
we
Yeah.
saw it. Oh, that must be it.
Well, we have had full moons there, and then the last time we camped, we had no moon, and we had
Oh,
the galaxies,
sky, and
the
where you
stars.
see the star,
Oh.
the satellites too. when
Oh,
it's
yeah.
such
That
a
was
big
so nice.
sky.
Yeah.
We were
Just saw it.
sorry that
Yeah.
we weren't there earlier in the day to spend more time with Don and Mona. But we showed up late enough and enough to see what we did see and to spend time introducing ourselves to them because we left early the next day.
Gotcha.
Well, it's
So-
it's
Yeah.
great that you were able to meet them, and interestingly enough, on our way to Sturgis, we also went up to Hunts Mesa, which is a different part of the valley. Behind it, it's very rare for people to get up there, and Don was with us, and he had never even been up there, and
He
to
had
see the
never been
views
there.
that we had,
And
it was amazing. And
we're
then he
just
rode
talking
with us
about
to
back
Moab
door.
the
I
next
mean,
day.
in the backyard.
Yeah,
You know?
great. Let's see what you got over there, Steve.
I got no idea yet what the. Little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, easy companion,
Right?
easy to carry, you know. It's,
I love my father used to play. I said this the last time you did it, but my dad used to play all the different harmonicas,
Yeah.
the big ones, the smaller ones.
Sure.
It was great to hear that sound again. It'd be around campfires primarily, but it was
Yeah.
Having a
yeah.
harmonica and a motorcycle trip. I mean, that's great. But we got to hang out with Don,
Yeah.
and he played guitar, and his family the next day did the flutes and the drums and the songs. And so it's great. I love that.
I did
I
find the
can't wait
blood
to get
moon.
back
That
there.
was
Oh,
fun.
here's the strawberry
There's
moon.
the
Oh, there it
strawberry
is.
moon.
That
Look at that.
looks photoshopped.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was just a lucky shot, you know.
So
And that was out of the
beautiful.
truck
Yeah.
while he's driving us back to the cabin.
Yeah.
And leaned over her to take that picture.
Yeah.
It just came out. Couldn't
Wow.
believe it. It's meant to be.
It was so beautiful there that I felt guilty that my whole family wasn't there.
Well, you
That's
have to
how
take 'em back.
beautiful.
That's a reason to go back.
The whole trip, I've just felt guilty because there was so much to see, and I just
But the good
Needed to
news
share it
is
with
that
everybody.
trip was for you and your father.
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh.
And now you've got these places that are etched in your memories and your soul that you can take the family back to.
Absolutely.
And that's a good point, because we used to go places and find these and be like, oh my, this is the best place. And we come back and we tell our wives, you got to go there, and we take them back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So now we kind of knew the lay of the land, but we could show it and share it
Yeah.
with them.
Yep,
you know.
absolutely.
And when we first started the channel, that's what we just went back to the places that we had visited and we loved.
hmm
So it was easy for us to have content to go, hey, we know this place. We
Right.
know how to get, we know where to stay. We
Sure.
know what to, yeah.
I convinced Michael when we got back, okay, we're doing this again, like before the summer ends,
Right.
and we're bringing our boys. Okay, you got this one, I got this one. They're gonna ride passenger, and we're gonna go back because you guys need to see this. Because I couldn't detach from everything I just saw. I
Right.
was
For 2
still in
months.
it. Like I really was still processing
Yeah.
all of that beauty. It was really hard to join society again
You'll
after
never
that
forget
trip. Yeah.
Never.
And so we were gung ho on going, and my boys, you know, they're 6'1". They're
Yeah.
like, Mom,
I'm not,
I'm not getting on the back of your
but
motorcycle.
you could
I'm
do
like,
it.
dang
It
it.
wouldn't be quite the same, but still you could do it in a car and go to the different places just so they could experience
Yeah.
the areas.
You do it on 4 wheels.
It's
even,
different.
yeah.
Yeah, but Yellowstone on a
I
motorcycle,
know.
I can't imagine ever doing that on
I
a
know.
car ever
Right.
again.
You think you'd
right.
do it
And
in a
being stuck
sidecar?
behind a bus or something.
Or-
we were
yeah.
just,
Or slow motorcyclists.
oh my gosh, remember that? We were stuck in the rain in Yellowstone, and we're
In a
trying
line
to get
of traffic.
and we're passing people, we're on a bike, and there's a whole pack of motorcycles. We're like, what are you
They're
doing?
waiting in line.
You're on a
They were
motorcycle.
fine.
So we pass them, and one guy jumps in front of me like,
Well,
Hey,
he
lady.
saw us coming. And we're already in the opposing traffic lane because it was clear, you know. And so we're safe, of course, the best we can be. But as soon as we started to pass him, he jumps out, you know, in front, like, well, I'm going to join this. And Jennifer said, no, you wait your turn. And she went right around him, you know. put him
like,
back.
why didn't you think of that? I
Right.
just can't imagine being in a line of cars on a motorcycle. But
This was just going around Lake Yellowstone, yeah.
Isn't that a magnificent
Beautiful
lake?
ride.
It's all
every
beautiful.
picture, I'm just grinning ear to ear. It was my Disneyland. I was in heaven in Yellowstone.
So did you cut down to Old Faithful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
we went around to Old
So there's
Faithful
another little
and Grand
The
Prismatic.
Grand Prismatic.
there's
yeah.
another little section that is off the lake there, and if you turn right, it'll take you up, and then you come back into the back way of Old Faithful.
Mhm.
And I took these guys on that
Cool.
to show them, and all of a sudden we crested, and this guy starts yelling. It's like he's in a Dances with Wolves.
It was epic.
because
It was-
there's just hundreds of bison all over.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
you know, and
Hundreds.
the rolling hills and the green, and it was the perfect time of day where it was the golden hour. And then
Right?
we
It was
pulled up to a
perfect.
stop, and there was a huge bison. They're huge.
They're huge,
Off
and you're
the
on your
road.
bike.
And we stopped and we're looking, and it started snorting and doing the hooks.
Oh, gosh.
And, you know, and
Did
we-
you
we
turn your
went
bike
by-
off or take
Yeah.
off?
We took. He didn't want us there, so
Yeah.
we figured we'd get out of there. You know.
I didn't know what to do. I came across one in a parking lot. I pulled in, and there was one right in the middle of the parking lot, and I didn't know if I should turn my bike off so that I didn't threaten him, or I should just take off. I turned my bike off and
You-
just was at one with him. I thought.
You know Letitia Klein, right? She got sideswiped by a bison in
Oh,
Sturgis. That
did she
wrecked her
really?
knee, yeah.
Sometimes it's not good to stare at
And
them.
my prayers out to her right now.
Yes,
Just
we have.
what she's
Can you
going through
believe
right
that?
now. Gosh, that poor thing.
Yeah.
She's a strong-willed woman, and she's gonna make it right out. 'Cause
Absolutely.
She's
But it's a long road ahead for her.
oh yeah,
Absolutely. But she's
was your
got the
birthday
spirit. She's gonna
yesterday.
get through this.
yeah.
So
Happy
let's
birthday.
let's go back to Denver. So you ended up heading to Denver to meet some family.
Well, as we're approaching Denver, we're on the 70, and as we're gaining altitude, going up towards Vail,
Yep.
well, it started raining, and then it started sleeting,
Yeah.
and then it started hailing, and the next thing you know, we're getting deluged on, and we've got 3 inches of slush on either side of our tires. You know, the road is slippery, and I'm just like this, and watching her behind me. You know,
I've never been out of California on my bike.
and,
I've been through a couple sprinkles.
and I tell you what, she is a trooper. You know, I mean, she was just right there. And,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to pull over and stop because it's mostly just trees in that area.
Right.
And no gas station. What are you going to stop at a gas station and hope the storm goes away? Well, it may just be starting, you know? So we just figure it won't be soon. It won't be long before we're on the downhill headed towards Denver from Vail, right? And so we're just slowing down enough to get through the slush. And all of a sudden, I mean, the skies were so dark, you couldn't even see the horizon. It was just dark and black. And next thing you know, our whole surrounding area around us is illuminated.
Josh, sorry to.
And just for a second.
Dad, 1 sec.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, we got a
special
surprise
visit.
guest tuning in. It's as Jen
Okay.
says, it's the other Josh. 1 sec, I can't hear you, bud. And there he is. What's
Hi,
up, Mr.
Josh.
Brolin?
I wanted to hear the rest of that story. I was pleasantly watching and listening to you guys.
Oh, what's coming?
Totally enthralled. I'm sorry for interrupting that story.
Oh, don't be. Don't be. You're welcome.
How's it going out there, man?
It's going really well. I just left the skate
Oh.
park with my kids.
Can't hear us.
Total
Going
meltdown.
frozen.
It went
You can't hear
frozen.
me? Why not?
If he
Wait, let me
wants to
take off.
call in, we could do that, and maybe it's a better.
Can
We
you hear
could
me
put him
now
on
or no?
speaker.
We could try that too.
No?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how the internet would be with. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
He's
There
back.
you are.
Welcome
There
back.
I am. Is that working? I said I just got
Yeah.
back
There
from
you
the skate park. I just got back from the skate park with my kids, had a total meltdown. So it was like being in a chopper crew, but just younger.
Yeah, right?
You know what I'm
Cool.
saying?
So were you ripping the skateboard as well, or no?
I was,
Oh,
man. I
thrashing.
shouldn't be, but I was. I was a little thrashing going on. I can't help it. Being back in this part of the state, you just can't. If you don't skateboard, you really look down on. So I have a chopper, and therefore I'm looked down on for one reason, and I have a skateboard, so I'm looked up to. You know, it's what
No,
I'm-
there you go. There you go.
it evens out.
We hear you have
That's
a
my-
great story about Jen.
That's my
Yeah.
riding buddy right there.
What's the great? Oh, you mean the almost crash story? That one?
Yes.
My
I
Superman.
like the almost part of it.
Dude, it's not much of a story, but where were we coming back from? We were coming back from what ride? Was it VC?
I believe Pioneer Town. It was Pioneer
Oh,
Town
it was
last week, the
Pioneer
chopper party.
That's right. Not this last one, but number 2. And we were coming back, and we were, I don't know, maybe a group of 15 or something like that. And she was in front, and we had just left the gas station, I think, and she was in front of me, and I saw her wheel, her back wheel, and Michael was right behind her, I think right behind her, and then I was one behind that. And her back wheel got pitched over so far. There's very few people, being a lifelong motorcyclist, there's very few people that could have pulled that off. And being a dirt biker and a guy who raced dirt bikes, I've seen exactly the same thing on the dirt. I see people eat shit so bad. And we were on the road. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We were on the road, and I saw this back wheel pitch over, and this freaking chick pulled off one of the greatest moves I've ever seen. And she was, oh man, it was like diamond cycling. And my respect for her was already high, but just went stratospheric.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
By the way, Michael and I both looked at each other and we were like, oh God, oh God. It was great though. You know, people that you ride with, you want them to ride well. You're not just riding with people just to ride with them. You don't want them to see, you don't want to see them hurt. You don't want to see them get in an accident or anything. So that was an amazing move
Thank
for
you.
a true
Thank you.
motorcyclist.
Yeah.
Well, we think she's pretty badass ourselves, and
Yeah.
if you and the
Yes.
crew are around November 8th, you're welcome to stop by the open house here. We got plenty of parking for you guys.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. We'll bring 500 or 600 people. Thank you for the invite.
That's all.
Bring your new chopper.
I'll bring my new chopper. I will. I'll bring the Streamliner by Russell Mitchell, Exile Cycles. It's an amazing, amazing bike. Amazing bike.
That's right. I was just telling him about it with the hand controls, how getting used to the new hand controls.
It really, it's a tough thing to get used to. It took about 3 or 4 days, but once I got used to it, it was fantastic. It's a really smooth ride. It's a 2008 night train that was redesigned into a 1970s Swedish chopper with a long rake, and it's super smooth. It's super reliable, unlike the rest of my bikes that aren't super reliable. Jen,
Well, you're gonna
Papa,
have
how
to-
are
you're
you,
gonna have to
man?
look
It's
at-
nice to finally see you.
Yeah.
You're a legend.
That's my
You're a
dad.
legend, man. I know. It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about you.
We'll meet up soon.
We will, man. Respect. And I love you, Jen.
All right. Love you too.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks,
Thanks
Josh.
for calling in, Josh.
Take care.
Well, isn't that special?
Yeah.
What he's talking about is I hit a pothole and it kicked my tire up and I Supermaned off and my feet came off the pegs and then they came back down and my foot landed on my back brake and it landed and it locked up my back tire and I started screeching and all I could think of was I was so mad because I was wearing something like this and a little cute sparkly helmet and I was just mad at myself thinking I'm going down and it's not going to be as
Not gonna
cute. and
But she didn't go
I
down.
pulled it off. All I could think of, okay, it's like sand, like lean back and ride it out, just ride it out because I was fishtailing all over and it's on video too.
Whoa.
And-
Where's the video?
Where's the video?
I got the video and it felt like it was an hour long and it just happened like that.
Wow.
And I'm fishtailing, they're behind me and I pulled it off and I look over to my friend Brandon on this side of me and immediately like, I'm so sorry because I'm all over the
Right.
place.
Wait, you have
I almost
that on
died
video?
and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
You have that on
I
video?
have it on video. Yeah, I'm like,
Maybe
you
we'll
can
watch
see
that
it's all
afterwards.
smoky because my back brake, my tires locked up, and so there's smoke coming out everywhere. So Josh is behind me. It's Michael and Josh, and so I pull it together and we get to Acton and pull into the gas station. Everybody's like, "Holy, crap!" And that happened.
Who filmed it?
My friend Sarah, who
And
was
she
on
kept
the back
filming?
of, she was just filming because we were just in a pack and it was pretty and
She caught it.
she caught it
Yeah,
on
that's
tape.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it was
most people,
nuts.
when they see this action happening and they're filming, it's just like,
The
and they
camera guy
stop.
goes
Yeah.
AWOL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was nuts.
Some guys
but-
do.
Yeah. Hey, Galen,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you take these? Because I'm now on like cookie number 6.
Yay.
Slide
Oh.
over to Jen.
Jen's homemade cookies are like
Jen
nothing.
had a
I'm
few
drinking
too.
my calories right
Yeah.
now.
Mm.
Oh, that's she works out. She can afford all
Trying to
the
get her on
cookies.
camera, but she won't get in here. We have our wonderful friend Jen with us, and she's been over there just cheering and coaching. So
Hi, other Jen.
And eating cookies.
That's my
And
other
eating
Jen.
so you're in Vail, and you're
Oh.
it lightens up, and
And so it's pouring, slushing, raining, started to snow and sleet,
And it was
and it was
dark.
And then
Like I said, the area around us just illuminated.
yeah,
And at the same moment in time, you're hearing this crack right over our heads. Hair was dancing on our neck,
Yes.
tingling all over our body. Whoa, a bolt of lightning just looked like it was just 5 feet above us.
Jeez.
And oh my God. And whoa, we gather our senses, and she immediately said, pull over, pull over.
Well, because I had my 360 mount.
Yeah. Oh,
So
you're a
I had my
perfect
360
candidate.
where if we were going through someplace beautiful, then I would push the button and I'd crank it up so it would view
Right.
everything. Well, I had that mounted up, and then I had a GoPro over here just going forward. And so I have all these lightning rods attached to my handlebars.
And you
now
had an
there's
antenna on
lightning.
your helmet.
Yeah, right.
Yep, she was a rolling lightning rod. You know?
That's when I was
That's good for you.
Yeah, right. But
Well,
wouldn't
he's
have been
taller,
good for me,
though.
no. But she pulled it all down, and we continued on. We said, we just got to get down this hill and back into Denver, or down into Denver. And we got down to Denver, and the rain started lightening up, and it was nice.
blue skies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue skies.
Well, that, I have to tell you, that 70, that section is spectacular. If you're not in the rain and the sleet and the snow, but
Yeah.
you have the river along the side.
Yeah.
It's one of the most pretty highways you can ride.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
And
Had
then
that
you
long
get up to
tunnel.
elevation, you got the tunnel, you get up to, it's like 11,000 feet at the top,
Yeah.
10.8, something like that. Then you got to work yourself back down.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty spectacular ride.
But it was all
It was-
good.
That was my first storm, and it broke me in, that's for sure.
But now you know how the bikes, I mean, they actually handle pretty well in some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have rain socks for your air cleaners? And
Yes, I did. And
but I'll tell you, we've stopped. We've seen the black sky. We've been in rain, snow, all that stuff. But I hate it when you see the black sky. You know it's coming. You pull over and you get all your rain gear on. You start going, and it's
And it
gone.
blows away. We
that's
were
what he taught
chasing.
me.
Yeah.
So after we left Denver, we were going through Wyoming, and we were going into just a pure black horizon. It was top to bottom dark, and that was where we were headed.
Yep.
And we went through, it started raining, it started getting really windy, then it started hailing, and I had my rain gear on. He's in a shirt. I had my rain gear on, and to the point where it was hailing and it hurt so bad, I
Yeah.
pulled over on the freeway, and we were in Wyoming. It's just flat. There's not even an overhead
no.
pass.
How about someone was throwing rocks at my helmet?
It
Yeah.
felt like a paintball gun, like
Yeah.
somebody just going pow, 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 pow. And so I pull over, and there's semi trucks going by. It's like 40-mile-per-hour winds. I'm like trying to just pull over, and a tumbleweed hits me.
Oh,
I'm trying to get my chaps out of my side bag. I put my chaps over my rain gear, and a tumbleweed is like stuck on me. There's a semi truck going by, and we meet up again, and we needed gas, and
Yeah.
we pull into the gas station.
Goldburn, or what's it? Town just by near Cheyenne, I believe.
Casper?
Rose Gold.
Oh,
or
I think
something?
it's before. Oh, Rose Gold or something gold. It was just on a secondary
Yeah,
road,
just a little.
and we just pulled off. We get gas here. We took the secondary road, and it was nice countryside. And even though it was storming around us and all, watching it, and we're just topping off our gas tanks, and the guy runs out of the gas station. There's a tornado warning. It's forming right now. We're looking, and I said, we're
Get the
going
hell
that
outta
way.
here.
I don't see any funnels. Let's get the out of Dodge.
I'm like, do we take cover, Dad? Let's get a hotel. Like, what do we do? And he's like,
No,
we're
let's go.
going. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're crazy. And he's like, we're going.
We
Okay,
outran
he's my
it.
dad.
We
I have to
outran it.
listen.
We never saw it form behind us,
Right.
but we outran it.
I mean, if you got a hotel room and the tornado ripped through the hotel, you would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I
I
had
don't
my
know what-
360 on in case I caught a tornado.
I don't know what it is about stories like that make me want to go on a road trip.
Right?
You know?
Yeah,
The
I
rain,
want to
the
go. I'm ready. Let's
storms,
go.
the
Well,
gear,
it's- I was just kind of cursing him in my helmet, thinking, what are you doing to me right now? We are going through tornadoes. Literally, you could see little funnels, and the sky is black.
Yeah.
And, it's,
And
I'm
one was
lifting up my
dropping down.
helmet, talking into my camera, like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And sure enough, we get through it, and it's blue skies, and I'm wearing way too much gear again. And I have to pull over because now it's 90 degrees and blue skies
Right.
again. And I mean, if he taught me anything, it's you push through. You push through to the blue skies again.
Right.
'cause they're there.
They are.
You can't wait for them to pass by because they just plain won't. They'll sit
Yeah, we
on
could've
you for a
sat
day
in
and a
it.
half. You know.
This is, to me, this is really great because you've ridden and you've ridden all your life, but this is what doing a road trip is. That's where the experience is. It's great to ride around here and go to, down to Pioneer Town. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to go out and do, how many miles did you guys end up doing?
I closed.
4,400 miles.
Wow.
Nice.
So you went on a 4,400 mile road trip and
Yeah.
you got to experience everything she gave you.
So you did the mile. What is the?
We did the
This
Let's
was
Ride
the
challenge.
Let's Ride
challenge for the
Yeah.
heroes.
Yep.
Sponsored by Harley.
Yep.
And for veterans and for first responders
Yeah.
organizations.
Yep.
And for every 1,000 miles that we accomplished, we get one of these.
We got a few
So-
of those because
so-
we're doing the same thing.
Yay!
But while
What a
you
great
while you
cause.
mentioned that, just a shameless plug, they have until the end of October to get the rest of the miles in. So if you're out riding,
23rd,
Yeah.
go check your bikes in every time you get a chance, because all this is going to benefit. There's 4 or 5 different organizations. The 50 million mile challenge has already been met.
I think it's 64
So
million.
it's now
right
they're
Nice.
they're
Oh,
crushing
good.
it. So that's cool that you guys did that. And
He's got one more than me. I'm still working on my last coin.
Good job to all you riders out there. That's for sure. Everyone really got involved and really got some good money.
A good
for
If
Scott-
you're
charity.
out there
Scott
riding,
wanted to
why
somber.
wouldn't you want to donate?
chilly up
Help.
there. Yeah, I bet it was chilly. I watched some of the weather out there, and then I heard the colors are crazy this year.
Mhm.
Where?
That's up in Utah, Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah.
Snowbird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I-
should be promote. You're going to.
Said you should promote. You're going to be in Vegas
We-
at Red
we
Rock
have
Harley.
been.
I know. I said, good call. We never thought of that. Just messing with you, Dale. We've been
But
putting it up
was
on
ins-
Instagram.
It was inspiring,
Yeah.
as well, because we were enjoying, finding different dealerships and
Yeah.
getting a odometer reading, and well, you're not at
Just
1,000
fun.
mark, but here's
Just-
a couple of stickers, and you went 2,500. Here's a hat,
Yeah.
and, this and sort of thing, But moreover, it was for the
The
veterans,
veterans.
and the first responder
Absolutely.
organizations that kept us going.
Yeah.
So
Very
you
cool.
come out of Denver. You're in Wyoming. Where are you trying to get to?
Beartooth Pass, Red Lodge.
Yeah, that was our
Chief
final.
Joseph
But was
Highway.
it Jackson Hole first, or was it
No, we didn't
was
do
it
Jackson Hole.
Yellowstone?
Where was my favorite place?
No, where
Somethingopolis.
Not,
We
not
skipped-
Thermopolis, but
There's another jump shot right here.
There's a jump shot.
Yay,
Beartooth.
Beartooth.
yay! That was when we finally hit the top of Beartooth Loop, they called it, and I was so surprised to see that, because starting 6 years ago, I was calling it the Beartooth Loop is what I want to do, because we started
Yep.
in Arizona. We're going to go as far east as Denver, as far north as Montana, Idaho,
Yep.
Washington, and back down to LA through Oregon, California.
What's on your map there? You had a picture of the.
Well, what's
We
funny
went to
is
Cody too. Cody was my favorite.
Cody was
I
nice.
loved Cody and Red Lodge. but Cody.
But then, and when it was her birthday, which was,
Wait, so we did a birthday and a Father's Day.
well, we did
No.
Father's Day up
Oh.
in Red Lodge,
Yeah.
which was just beautiful. We had a great time. We took 2 days in Red Lodge, where normally you spend a night and go.
Right.
Spend a night and go. But we wanted to just kind of meander
Enjoy.
around,
Right.
kind of really enjoy ourselves, relax, and,
Chief
refurbish
Joseph Highway
ourselves
was
for the-
beautiful.
duration of the trip. But then when we got home, this was after, I put together a map of our route, right? And the funny thing is, this is where we went.
So here.
Oh,
let me-
come on.
The Beartooth. No, wait a minute. We didn't do the teeth, and we didn't do
I
the
got
eye.
that, but that's
But
great.
look at the
That is
surrounding.
so
The
cool.
perimeter
Yeah, it's a bear head.
was a bear head. And so I just included a few little
Little
extras.
ears.
Isn't that amazing?
So that
That's
tells the
insane.
story right
That's
there.
where we went.
That was our
everybody.
trip.
This is the western
Oh,
half
man.
And all
of
the
the
little
United
black
States.
marks were
The bear tooth face. The
places
bear.
we spent,
Yeah.
or
I like it. That
know,
is
was that-
awesome.
So
This
let's.
is my gift to her.
Oh, that's not.
You got to
for our
frame that.
studio.
I
here?
will. I will.
We need that for the
I will.
studio.
We need a copy of that. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a
I mean, if
copy
you're
of
gonna
that.
make a map, you
Yeah.
know.
And that
But
was just
how great is that to even pull out a map?
Right.
You came
I mean,
over with
that's
all
that's
of
what
these
I used to
maps.
look at.
Well, you know what?
You know,
I've got drawers and
Yes,
drawers
I-
full of maps with routes that I've been all over the U.S. on
That's
in my time. You know,
wallpaper a wall with
let me
that.
let me
Yeah,
ask
right?
you a
That's what I
question.
did.
Yeah.
So you've been all over the U.S.
most of it, not all of it.
Have you written a song about it by chance?
There's
Are we ready?
there's hearsay of that.
Let's
Not only
let's
is
hear
he-
some say.
Is he a mile crusher? But he has a guitar and he wrote a song that is so awesome. It really would be a great theme song for us.
Which you would be entitled to.
Yes.
And I just need
Can we hear it?
somebody to. Well, I can
Oh, there
give
it
a
is.
rendition.
Yeah.
Of it. Is this yours?
So
Don't talk with your mouth full.
this a
Well-
true rider, and he wrote a song about riding. It's really great.
Well, I'll just be honest, I've had some difficulties. I haven't been playing as much. Part of my accident, nearly lost a finger, and they got it back in order and all that. But I've lost a lot of nerve senses, and they haven't all connected. And sometimes I'm a little bit off kilter, and my memory sucks.
Well, I think the first live that
Can I
we
keep going?
I think the first live we did with you, it was the first time you had really performed that,
It was.
Right,
I'm surprised
and-
I did.
but you did such a great job. And so whatever comes out is going to be great.
Thanks. Can you hear that okay, Josh?
I can hear it great. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a rendition or part of it anyway. When I was a kid, there were pictures and songs of America. Made me proud to belong. One day I'd see for myself how great this country can be. That day finally came when I turned that key. And it's kickstands up and away we go, rolling across America. So much to see, so many roads, rolling across America. I love the open highway like a brother to my soul. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I always feel at home. Rivers and trees all at my side. At night I've got the stars. You might understand why a man like me might never want to drive a car. Oh, yeah. So it's stands up and away we go, rolling across America. So much to see, so many roads, rolling across America. I love to meet people when passing through their towns. It's no surprise if I say hi, they might smile and sit right down. They'll ask about my motorcycle, places that I've been. You can tell by their eyes and that big old smile, you know they wish it was them. I found what keeps America strong. It's people and love. People like you and me are the people I'm speaking of. And I'll tell you what keeps America strong. From the farmlands to the cities, oceans to the plains, from your home and every other home, one thing stays the same. We're all free. America. look off to the west. I've got lots of miles behind me. It might be time to rest. No rain tonight, roll out my bag and kiss the stars goodnight. No telling where I'll end up tomorrow when I ride. When I ride with the morning light. And little bee kickstands up and away we go, rolling across America. So much to see, so many roads, rolling across America. Rolling across America. Rolling across, rolling across, rolling across America.
With my daughter. Way to go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woo! That was
That was great.
That was one of my favorite.
You were
versions.
ripping.
I think maybe what do you do? Where are you at on Thursdays? Typically around 4 o'clock. You can just start off the show with that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll practice it more again.
Yeah.
You're doing
Yeah,
great.
Dad.
Back in order with it.
And you weren't gonna play.
And he did the whole thing.
Hey,
I know.
hold on a second. Look at the. So this is Tom Maynard.
Oh,
This song says it all. God bless America.
That's
Dale.
Said
So very cool. You guys, great live. That could be 2LaneLIVE intro song. Wow, what a go to the next. I mean, they're God bless this man. This is amazing. What a joy watching this. You're getting
You're
it.
freaking
You're killing
awesome.
it.
Thank you all.
Kickstands up.
Killing it.
He said he'd beg, lie, or steal for this song.
no. I thank you all so much. And it's a way, I believe that America helped me write that song, when traveling. I was riding behind a friend one time, and we were in Oklahoma. And we were doing an iron butt from Santa Monica to Jacksonville, Florida, right? And we're in Oklahoma, and the sun had gone down and no street lights. So I'm just watching his taillights, right? I'm watching his taillights. I'm behind him. And next thing I know, there's this blasting, this horn next to me. And I'm scared the hell out of me. And I turn and I look, and it's him. And I look up here, and he's gone. And I look back, and he says, pull your ass over. I'd been like this all over the road behind him, sleeping.
Oh.
And so we pulled over, right? And then I tell you what, the next morning, we slept for a few hours, took a break, did a power nap, right?
Yeah.
And we took off, and I saw him up ahead of me again in the daylight, and he's just looking back and forth across the countryside, and it was green and beautiful, and he's just smiling.
Yeah.
And these verses start coming into my head. His kick stands up, and away we go, rolling across America.
Well, it's
You
great.
know? And it just came out, and by the time we'd gotten to Georgia, I'd had most of the song written by that time. And then I
Wow.
just saved it until we got home and picked up my guitar and put it together as a song. And I've never quite produced it yet, but
Well, we got to get you on the
made
map
my
with that
copy.
thing.
It's a great
Yeah,
song.
right?
And
Yeah,
it, when
100%.
you're singing it, I'm listening to it, and I'm hearing the words, and you hear all that stuff, and I'm thinking, I mean, we started rolling across America and meeting people, and we came up with, we're shaking hands with America. So it's like,
You know what I
That-
think? I think in 2026, when we do Route 66, that has to be like the theme song to the
Yeah.
documentary,
yeah.
Something
mean,
like
You'll
that.
still feel part ways with it.
You just got to sign the rights over to us.
Oh,
No big deal.
We'll talk. But yeah.
Beautiful.
So thank you for coming on and sharing the story. But before we close, do you want to show the
Yeah.
Easy Rider stuff?
So see these Easy Rider
So
magazines?
this is my daughter.
There's 3 of them that she's in and featured in. And
That's not me.
oh, this is not her. This- So
So Jan, talk about the 3.
well, you have something in there you want to share.
So this camera might be able to see. Yeah, that sees him a little better.
This is fun. I pulled into Chopper Fest, and Easy Riders photographer pulled me aside and did a whole photo shoot with my.
By the way, we have a signed copy.
Woo woo.
Yes, we do.
Did a
Which
whole-
camera do you
I
want it
think
on?
here-
Yeah, that was good.
Too.
So that was fun. I got a whole article on that one. And then also was the best day ever because then I won a medal at Chopper
Whoa.
Fest
Yeah.
Woohoo. for my girl.
Where was Chopper Fest?
This is at the Ventura
Ventura?
Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So look at that. Come on. There it is. Look.
woohoo. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love my bike. And then we have the last one, which is our whole chopper gang. Josh called in, and
Yeah, we had Josh Rollin call in and tell us a story about her riding.
Yeah.
So if you missed it, tune in to 20, 30 minutes in. You'll hear the story from Josh himself.
Yes.
there we go. There's the group.
Look at that group.
That's everybody.
So
That's
this
our
is
crew
Pioneer
right
Town,
here.
and
This is for the chopper party. So this year was
is
this
it the
one was the
third
second
annual?
annual.
Second annual.
This year was the third annual. It's a great event by Rooster and Brian, Owen Smith,
And Pappy and Harriet's.
at Puppy and
We ate dinner
Harriet's.
there.
Yep, we sure did.
Good food, good riding, great music.
So you have an lowrider ST
I have a lowrider ST.
and
yes,
your chopper
and my chopper and a dirt bike.
and a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
CRF
Well,
250.
congratulations on the Easy Rider stuff. I
Mhm.
want to know, and I'll ask this of both of you. So whoever wants to go first won't have a lot of time to think about it, but I'd either like a couple of words that summarize your trip together that you had absolute 4,000 miles of just love, fun, and challenge, or it can be a paragraph, or it can be whatever. I'd just like to understand from the two of you how that bonding, what you came away with.
I've
It can be a
ridden
word,
lot
it can be a lot.
I've ridden a lot of miles in my time with a lot of different buddies. I've never had a better companion.
Mm.
Aw.
Well, there you go.
You know what? We just agreed on everything. Everything was smooth. It wouldn't have even happened had it not been for her. I can kind of surmise that,
Mm-hmm.
but she is a natural born. And she's been on bikes a long time in her life, since hanging on around my gut,
Yep.
and looking from side to side because she couldn't see over my shoulders, but she is a natural rider. She is a natural good person and so friendly. I think we had a hard time, saying who used to compliment who when we go to locations and such. And I'm saying, she's such a great rider. And she's saying, he's such a great rider and all that, but she really is. I couldn't believe that it was her first long distance trip and that she handled it. She never complained once. And that's a true story.
I loved it.
That's
I
what it
absolutely
comes down to.
loved it.
We're-
There's no complaining.
I've done a lot of long distance trips. You guys have, you guys have come a long way since my last interview. But you know what? It's like,
Did you know you were going to make a trip?
were
Were you going to go with her, without her?
I was getting to that point, and still indecisive. I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure that I had capabilities, all my senses enough back again. I did land on my head, which explains a lot, but so does old age,
So speaking of age, real quick,
yeah.
can we tell everyone how old you are? Only for one reason, because a lot of people say, I can't ride. I don't want to ride. I'm this old. But it's like you could ride until you can't, right? I mean,
Yeah. Well,
Bucket list.
you don't get too old to ride. What's that saying go? It's like,
Years
Yeah.
old. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Anyway, but
How old are you, Dad? Yeah, missed
70,
that part.
72.
72. So
72.
no
Yeah.
excuses for anybody.
And still going, still loving it. It's a part of my bloodline, and there was such a void in me for 6 years,
Yeah.
just about, that it was an emptiness that's inexplainable.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I don't think it's just me. I think there's a lot of riders out there.
Well, you're a true
A
highwayman.
lot of you guys.
So, Jen,
out
what-
there.
Well, I just got to say, I didn't start riding until after I raised my kids. I mean, my youngest two are older teenagers now, but for women out there, I got a street bike, a low ride, Harley, but into my 40s, and that's when I legit started to ride.
Mhm.
So, there's a time and place for everything, and that's when that fell into my life. But I started riding as a grown woman. It wasn't, I had dirt bikes before, and it was recreational. Now it's a passion. It's a
That's
whole
awesome.
different ride.
When you look
But-
back and reflect on the trip, what did it?
I think it taught me patience, and I learned resilience, and he's taught me just his road of resilience, and pushing through things that I never thought I could get through. He's just keep going. And he showed me my strengths that I didn't know that were in me. And like I said, there's blue skies at the end of it. You just got to get through it. And
That's
he
awesome.
showed me more about myself than even I knew.
Right.
And I thought I was going to be helping you, and you were pushing me. You were riding my tail.
You just gave him the title to his next song. There's blue skies. You just got to push
That's
through
right.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, it's awesome.
To
that-
enjoy the ride.
Yeah, and people that don't ride or don't understand. I mean, it's one thing to ride, but to have someone that's special to you, and you accomplish a ride or a task, it's a whole different ball game. And I commend the two of you, because that's you're out 13, 14 days, 4,000 miles, 4,400 miles. You got to learn even stuff you didn't know about each other.
Yeah.
That you've been together for, I'm not going to divulge ages, but you've known him your whole life.
Yeah.
And you saw a couple things out there. It sounds like that you're like, all right. And now I know where my strength is, and that's where I'm getting it from. And it's perseverance and pushing through. And
Yeah.
so
Perseverance.
that's what the motorcycle does to us. It brings us to places that we've not yet explored sometimes.
That's
It's
the
pretty
truth.
cool.
Our wives love it.
Yeah.
They always love being on a trip. But one thing that we need to thank you for is that when we started our channel, we've had several great guests on this show because of you. People you've introduced us.
Like
So-
Aaron.
Aaron Baker.
Hi,
So
Aaron.
thank you.
Through Artists for Trauma.
Yep.
Artists for Trauma helped with our trip. It's a great organization that our trip showed, like you said, perseverance and getting through it. It's look what we can do. Look
Yep.
what he can do.
Yep.
Well, she was averaging almost 400 miles a day.
Nice.
Great.
And that's pretty remarkable
Yeah.
for early.
Well, for someone that had a hang net, that's pretty remarkable.
Well, thanks, but no, I just can't say enough how good she is to have as a companion rider, and how good she is at it.
So I see a family trip coming at some point.
I'm getting my son next.
Yes.
He's next. I'm on the fence, but do as I say.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Do they
you.
have interest in bikes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I told them they have to get on the back of my bikes, they were like, "You're right." And so now they're pushing for their licenses.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us,
having
you
us
guys.
so
Steve,
much.
thank you. The musical, the harmonica, the song. I love that song. Every time I hear it, we've got it in
I'll
a
give you a
video.
better rendition of it next
Yeah,
time.
That was
we-
great.
We've got it in one of our videos
Stumbled a
too,
bit, but yeah.
which
wanna say
you
hi to
blessed us with. So
Say hi, whoever.
Say hi to my husband Michael and my
Michael.
kids.
Michael.
Hi, everybody. Hi,
Um,
everybody.
in
And
close-
Janet, my
yeah.
wife. Yeah.
Hi, Janet.
In fact, you talked earlier about how you've been to places and that you want to take people back to the same place. And Jennifer and I did this magnificent ride. And when we got back home, I told my wife if she had the time available that I would gladly do it in a week. I would do it in a day. We could do it again on four wheels.
Yeah.
I could do the same trip, note per note.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got the
it's
Bear Loop
good to
map
share.
that you can use too.
Got it right here.
Now we need to do the other end, the tail end of the
Yeah,
bear.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank
you.
Thank you for
It's
introducing us to
always
Dawn
good.
and Mona. That was great.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank
Hey,
you,
how
Josh.
are those
for
cookies,
calling
Josh?
Good to be
in.
here.
They're gone.
Other
There ain't
Josh.
They're pretty
cookies
much
Thank
gone.
you to other Josh.
Hey, but before we leave, we have an open house on November 8th from 11 to 2. Come join us. We've got $10,000 worth of giveaway items. We'll be putting up the raffle here next week. We also are going to run, and we should maybe figure this out, but the Love Ride is the 9th.
The 9th, yeah.
So they're redoing that, and we've kind of been introduced to everyone. I think we're going to be part of that.
Nice.
So come spend the
That'll be
night.
fun.
Come to 2LaneLIVE first, get a hotel room, then spend the night, and then run up and do the Love Ride. Should be great.
Mhm.
And we chose the winner of our bike. We're not going to announce that until
We
Yeah.
didn't choose them. It was random.
sweet.
Yeah.
So the sweepstakes
I just want
chose
you guys
the
to
winner
know that.
today. We're just making sure everything's final and eligible and whatnot. Today is October 2nd, 2025. So if you're watching this and it's another time, forget about it. But a week from today, October 9th, 2025, on the Thursday 2LaneLIVE episode, we're going to announce the winner, call him or her, and then we're hoping they can make it out to the open house party and maybe ride that sucker home.
That'd be great. And then this weekend, if you're around in Vegas, we'll be there on Friday from 4 to close. And then also on Saturday from, I don't know what time to what time, but we'll be there all day.
And that's at Red Rock Harley Davidson.
Red Rock Harley Davidson.
If we're lucky, if we're really lucky and we can really, if they're in town, we can talk them into it. Maybe these two will be at our open house.
Oh,
Oh,
love
she's
to be
gonna be
there.
there.
And you
Of
could
course.
meet 'em.
We'll
You
be
could
there.
sing the song
And
there.
maybe we can have a mic and he'll sing the
Oh, not
song
maybe.
to all of us.
Dad,
Whoa.
you
Well,
got
we
it.
have a
This-
band.
Like right after the national anthem, we can have him.
You have to.
National anthem to motorcycle anthem.
Right.
There you go.
November 8th.
We're in. Count us in.
Come and
We
meet him.
wouldn't miss it.
Okay. Thank you guys. God bless
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And what a great trip.
It was a
Really
great
was.
trip. And memorable
summer,
for all
part
my
two.
life.
Right.
See you guys after that. After our
See you
next
down the
one.
road.
Perfect.
Down
Yeah.
the road.
See you down. Do that
Done.
again. See you down the road.
I'm just going to keep this running for maybe 20 minutes because we always end up having a better conversation once the
Right.
podcast ends. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Cheers. Thanks,
Hey,
805.
everybody.
See ya.